All right, we will begin. Thank you guys very much for joining us today for the Realty One presentation. We will be going over the different website options that we are offering to the Realty One agents. We'll also be going through how you will generate leads on these websites and the behind the scenes tools that are involved with them as well. And we will go through some additional tools, part of a top tier package that we have in our offering. And then we'll show you where to go to sign up, how that process works, and we'll wrap that up by showing you the support team's information. And any questions that you have, we will take here at the end of the presentation. So what you should be looking at right now is the Realty One Agent One design. So Realty One here has given you a great opportunity for some personal branding in their relationship with us, and Blue Roof 360 has made it really easy to kind of edit these websites and personalize them. These are very malleable, so as we look at these designs, just know there's a lot of things you can change. So really, in today's market, you're expected to have a web presence. So again, they're giving you a good opportunity to give you that web presence and keep it unique to you. You definitely want to have your information here, your niche knowledge, your agent bios, and local photos and things like that. We have set up community pages, as you'll see there, and we have them for all areas. So you'll be able to add those once you sign up. But as you are engaging with clients, or as they take their search online, which is usually their first step, then they will definitely seek you out on here and look up your name and try to get an idea of who they'd be working with and kind of what you've had going on in the past, any sold properties, and just information about you. So definitely a great tool here, and we want to make sure that you use this to the full advantage. So we'll go through each one of these designs. The first one is kind of has a backdrop photo here. You can see it has a nice landscape photo. We've got that search bar right here front and center, so that as your clients hit this page, they can get directly into the search tool and look at properties. Below that, we've got a featured properties widget here for you. So this is where you can display your own listings or your office listings, or you can even set this up as like for your specific area, if that's Beverly Hills or Rancho Cucamonga, whatever that might be. You can set that up for a certain area. You can even just put in MLS numbers and have it present certain properties that you want to show. So that is our first design. Our second design is similar. You'll see we have these landscape photos, and this actually has a slideshow in there, so you will kind of go through a handful of photos we've placed. And be aware, we get this question a lot. Any photos that you see, those can be replaced. Again, we have this search bar here, so as clients hit the page, they'll be able to get right into looking at properties, which is usually the number one reason people are visiting your site. So as we scroll down here on the second design, we've got, we call these action buttons here, and just kind of guiding people. You can look at them as funnels for if they're not here right away to search for properties, then they can get an idea of what information is on your website, and if they're interested in maybe finding the value for their home or figuring out what their mortgage payment would look like, then they can click right on here rather than going through these drop-down menus. So. And we have another featured properties widget here on this design for you. So we do have actually a group of featured property widgets. So if you maybe don't like how this is presented, we have a few different options for you, and you can swap that out. So, but that is our second design there. This third design is kind of a combination here. We've got some cascading photos. So there's also your search bar kind of changed just a little bit lower, but same idea there. And we've got just those action buttons here. If you really wanted to, you could actually add that featured properties widget below as well. So those are the three designs that we're offering for you. And now we'll take a look at the property search. So this is what the search would look like if they're to click on that search bar or come up here to the property search on the menu and hit search. This is what they'd see. So leads would be generated into the backend CRM pretty much anytime someone is creating an account on your website or filling out a form, and the main one being creation of accounts. Now that's going to happen, or they'll be prompted to create an account anytime that they're trying to save something here on your website. So say they like one of these properties and they want to save it. You can see we have this heart icon up in the right hand corner for each one of the listings here, and if they click on that and try to favorite that, then they'll be prompted by a window, and it will require them to fill out their information, create an account, and then they can save that property to their account. So the other ways that they would experience that window is if you can see we have receive alerts when new properties match the search come onto the market, and if they click yes, then they would be prompted again by that window, and after they fill that information out, then they'll be able to receive market reports that fit their search. The other way that they would be able to do that is if they have just set up a search for their bedroom and bath count and different kind of requirements, and if they want to save that search, again, they'd be prompted to create an account. They could also come up to here. We have this little member area sign up. So if they just are aware and want to create an account, then they can click here and they will see that window. So this is where they fill out their information, and once they do that, then they'll have the account they can save everything to. You'll have that tracked in the back end, which we'll take a look at later, and you'll see a lead also generated into the backend CRM, and you'll be able to then contact them and move them down the sales funnel accordingly and start that relationship. So if we were to click on one of these properties, then you would be taken, a new window pops up and has a unique URL here up at the top, and that meaning that everything is indexed here on our websites or your websites. So all of that information will show up on Google search results. But as I said, that'll pop up in a new window, and you'll have all of the details here. This is our property details page. You'd have all of the different aspects of the property here. So you can see we've got that address and bed and bath count, general information. You can scroll here through the photos to get an idea of what else is in there in the property. To the right, we've got kind of some action buttons for them. They can look at different photos, get the location, but the other ways that we're kind of looking at the lead generators on this page for you. One way would be this questions button here. So they could send an email and contact you through that. If they have any questions as they're looking at this property and they want some more information, then they can click there, and that will get an email response sent over to you. The other kind of piece here would be to show you would be the share button. So if they're going over any of these properties and they think that their friends and family or someone they know would be interested to see this, or if they're just excited about the property and they want to share that, then this is where they can go through and share this this kind of same information on any social media platform that they're on. So below that, we have a couple other buttons that would also be prompting them to create an account. This being scheduled showing. So if they want to take a look at this house and they want to set up a showing for you, then they can click here, and that will, once they do that, that will actually schedule that on your Blue Roof 360 calendar. Next to that, we have save the listing. So same thing as clicking on that heart icon in the main search. This would prompt them, if they have not created an account, this would prompt them to create one so that they can save this listing. So we'll go through some of this other information here. First piece is our lifestyle info. This is going to be a part of any listing or property details page. You can see our first one is our walk scores. So here it plots the property on the map and shows them kind of where that is in relation to all the businesses or entertainment, any restaurants, grocery stores, parks, golf courses, museums, whatever that might be. It'll show them kind of what's around here and what they would be close to. So our next tab is the community tab. This is just breaking down kind of the demographics in the neighborhood and in that area, letting them know who their neighbors might be, or kind of just the other people that would be living around them. Our next tab is our market snapshot, very similar to the area trends tab here. This is kind of breaking down market information for them, showing them what's happening in the area and kind of what has been going on for inventory and price and things like that. So here we have another button that would generate a lead or prompt them to create an account. That is the Get Market Updates. This is where they could click and request a market report for this area that's around this house here. So area trends, we'll show you that real quick. Like I said, you got your price, days on market, and new listings inventory. So graphing that out, letting them know what's been going on in the area. Our last tab is our schools tab. And you can see here lists all the schools in the area. We actually pull this in from education.com. So this is the only time that we would be sending someone away from your website. But if they are looking at some schools and they want to get some more information, you can see each one of these have a hyperlink, and you can click on that and it'll take you over to education.com. There is a bunch of information, reviews and comments, and different kind of parents' experience with that school and the teachers there, so you can get an idea, or sorry, that your clients can get an idea if that school is going to work for them and their family. So, but that is our lifestyle information. Below that, we have a neighborhood glimpse, and this is something we pull in from Panoramio. Panoramio is just a place that locals can go to post photos they've taken of the area that they live in. These are not interactive. You can't click on them at all, but just showing them kind of some scenery, or what they would see around this property, and kind of get an idea of some of the hikes that are around, or just the things that they'd experience as they're going through this area or this neighborhood. So. At the bottom, we have nearby properties for sale. Just if they have similar properties here, if they'd like to continue to search and look at some of these, we've made some suggestions at the bottom of the page. So you also have this listing presented by. So every property details page is going to be branded with your information. You'll have your photo here, and you'll have all of your contact info next to that. So if they are scrolling through this page and they have any questions and they want to get in touch with you and kind of get some information, they'll be able to do that as well. Up at the top, you also have your branded information with your agent photo and contact info. And here in the header, this is going to follow through to any page that's on your website. So as they're clicking through this menu and going to the different pages on your site, you're always going to have your contact info. And if they have questions, they can give you a call. So that wraps up the front-facing side of things. We will now look at what's involved with the back end of the website. Today we've covered website with the IDX search. We've covered your lead capture pieces. We're also going to go through your dedicated mobile search, which I want to stop here, let you know that we do have a mobile solution in place for you. All of our websites have a mobilely optimized version, and any time that they're searching for something through their phone or their tablet, if it's an iPhone or Android or whatever type of mobile device they're working with, if they type in your website URL and go to your website, then they will have a version of that is specifically for that mobile device, fitting their screen, and they have full access to the MLS there. They can go through any of their properties. If they have created an account with you on their main computer or something like that, they can also access it through their phone, and then they'll be able to access all of the saved properties or saved searches that they've set up. So there's also a contact page on that mobile version so that they can get your information, and they can even go to the full website if they wish to do that, and that works really well on mobile devices. So just want to let you know that you do have a solution in place, and that is taken care of, as it is increasingly important. So the other things we'll be going through is CRM management, property management, transaction management, email marketing, market reports, new listing notifications, and the brokerage community. We call that the community page. It's kind of like a social network within your office or within your brokerage, and we'll take a visual look at that later. You'll kind of get an idea. It looks a little bit like Pinterest, but I'll explain once we hit that later. So this is your home dashboard. This is the screen that you would see as you log into the back end of your website. On the left side here, we have given you a place for any links that for websites that you are visiting on a regular basis. So you kind of have an area to put that. If you have anything that you're visiting daily, or if Realty One is requiring you to work with other websites to do business, then you definitely want to get those links, put them in here. That way you can just log into Blue Roof each morning, and anything else you want to access will be available. You will also see on the right side kind of your responsibilities for the day that you've put into the CRM, any tasks that you've made for yourself for that day, or events, meetings, and things like that. Those will be listed out immediately, and you can kind of get an idea of what your schedule is going to be like for the day. So I also want to point out, you can see this orange square here. Usually we also have an icon that's seasonal. I think right now it's a glass of lemonade since we're in summer. But this is your portal to the chat and support team. So they are available on Monday through Friday, 9 to 5 Mountain Time. So you can chat with them through here. They are also available by phone and by email, which we'll take a look at the end of the presentation. If it is outside of those hours, then we do have a solution in place for you. We have a library or archive of different tips and tricks and videos and kind of answers to any questions you might have. So if it's maybe a weekend or late at night, then you still have a place to go, and that'll hopefully answer your questions. So here is your document storage page. With our system, you have unlimited document storage. So if you're using maybe a Dropbox or Google Drive or some type of paid service, then this would replace that. There's two sides to it. There's a shared side and a personal side for your document storage. The shared side is mostly used at the brokerage level or the administrative level for any business contracts or documents that all the agents need to access and that you all use on a regular basis. Then those will be available for access through here, and you can kind of connect to the office. And then, of course, your personal side, you can keep all of your documents, all your files here for safekeeping. You can also see on the right side, you can email these documents from this area. You can download them to whatever computer or device it is that you're working with. You can share from here, and you can add any notes so that you can keep organized and kind of know which document is which and so forth. So we'll be taking a look at how you edit your website. It's really easy to customize these sites. You can design, edit, and create. You'll be able to change the colors. You can change your style. You'll manage your own content if you wish. Of course, they're loaded up with content already, but you can get in and update that on a regular basis or change it if you'd like to. You can use your own domain name if you have one already and you want to change that to your Blue Roof 360 website, then the support team can help you get that taken care of. Or if you want to go out and get one, then we can do that as well. And you can add your Google Analytics. We do not have an interface on the back end for Google Analytics, but we do have a spot where you can plug in your Google Analytics ID. And once you do that, then it will kind of connect your site to your Google Analytics account. You can go back in there, and it'll have all the statistics for the traffic on your site. This is the layout screen. If I was to hover over the website tab up top here, you'd see a drop down of the different options to edit your website. One of those would be layout. So this is what we're looking at. And you can see these two right here are those Realty One designs that we've set up for you. You also can see there's other templates that are in here. This is where you would change the overall layout or the overall design of your website if you wish. The one thing to keep in mind is that they do not save if you change the overall design. So if you've gone in there and done a good job of creating your agent bio, changing some photos and updating your content, things like that, then we definitely suggest that you save that and put that somewhere safe on your computer. And then that way, if you in the future decide to change or want to change the overall layout, you'll be able to do that. You'll have all of that kind of safe on your computer, and then you can upload that into the new web design layout. So here is the color area. So you can see right now everything is branded for Realty One colors. If you have maybe a personal branding or a team branding and you have a different set of colors that you're using, then this is where you can change that on your website. You can see our color palette has pretty much anything you could imagine. So you'll be able to change that to however you like to match your own personal branding if you have that. So. Now here we have a video. It's going to show you our web page editor. The first thing that you're looking at right now is the site map. So this is just outlining all of the different pages on your website. You can see the folders up here are those main menu options that we saw on the front-facing website pages, and then all of the inner pages below that on the folders. So what we'll be doing in this video is pulling in a YouTube widget and assigning a YouTube video that we want on our page to that widget. So pretty much everything that you edit or everything that you're working with is going to be widget based. It's all drag and drop, really easy to use. If you can work with your mouse and a word processor, then you're able to edit the great majority of your website. So I'll kind of give you the play-by-play as we're going through this video. He's going down to select his page. You can see a little menu pops up. He can hit edit. And as he scrolls through, just going to stop it for a second. See on the left side, these are all of the widgets that are on the page already. And up here at the top, this is his menu to add any or to work with any of the other widgets, so he can drag them in here to the page. So first thing he's going to do is stop by this little paragraph here that says About Scottsdale. It's going to open up the word processor just to kind of give you a look at what that looks like, and it would enable him to edit any of the content there. So But he will go ahead, and now that he's at the spot he wants the YouTube video on, he can go select that widget, drag it onto the page. It's going to have a default video there that we have just loaded in, so he needs to jump to YouTube. Here's the video he wants. He's going to go ahead and select kind of an ID for that video, and then he can come in here, put that new video ID in. Once he saves that, it loads up with the Scottsdale video. He can hold down Shift and he clicks the widget and drags it to make it bigger. Now that he's sized it, we're going to go ahead and jump back to the sitemap. He's going to go look at kind of a live view to make sure that that worked how he wanted to. And there we are. There's our video. He can go ahead and click play. So again, that's really the way that pretty much anything is going to be edited on your website. It's all through the mouse and just selecting those widgets that we put in there for you. So we will now be going through the CRM portion of the back end. The My Contacts area is your main CRM, and that's the first thing we're going to be looking at on the next slide. This tasks area is just a big interface. It's going to outline all of the tasks and responsibilities or meetings and things that you've put into the system. That way you can go there and manage them. If you need to take some out or add something, then you'll be able to manage your overall kind of responsibilities there. Below that we have your calendar. And we'll take a visual example later. You'll be able to see what the Blue Roof 360 calendar looks like. This actually syncs to Google Calendar as well, so anything that you're putting here on your Blue Roof 360 calendar is going to push through to your Google Calendar if you're using that. Below that, we've got your sync contacts area. This is where you would be working with any of your spreadsheets. If you have Excel files or CSV files that you're working with for your database, this is where you do that. So if you have another vendor you've been working with or another CRM, and you can pull that into a spreadsheet from that CRM, you'll be able to go here and upload all of your contacts or your sphere of influence up here into the Blue Roof 360 CRM. You could also extract or download any of the lists that you'd want to if you're doing a mailing list, or maybe you are working with some different databases. If you have more than one, you'll be able to pull all of your contacts out of Blue Roof as well. So also in the sync contacts area, we have a Google Contacts sync. So if you're using Google Contacts, this is where you can go there and set that up for syncing your Blue Roof 360 database to your Google Contacts. Contact types, we'll take an example of that right away as well on the next slide. This is where you would go to kind of designate the different types of contacts that you have in the system. Each one is assigned a title and a color so that you can get a kind of an idea at a glance of what they're doing or what type of person that is your client. So below that, we've got your action plans. If you're not familiar with an action plan, then it's basically a set of tasks that you would do on kind of a regular basis each time you're starting a new relationship. For example, each time you have like a new buyer, then you're going through the same kind of 3 or 4 things that you would do to just start that relationship and kind of get that set up with them. So with the action plan, you can go ahead and just create that, and it'll list out those tasks, and then each time you meet a new buyer and you're beginning that relationship, you can just assign that action plan to them, and it'll place all of those tasks into your CRM, and you can run through those accordingly. And we'll see a visual example of that as well a little later on. So here is what your main CRM looks like. You can see our contact we're looking at is Jared. You've got his photo there. Below that, you've got all his contact information and basic details. At the top, this is where you would be searching through your database for any clients. You can search by name. See here, you can search by tag, and you can grab any kind of groups or anything that you've made. You'll be able to do all of your searches through there at the top. To the left side, this is what I meant by contact type. You can see that each one kind of has a color code. For example, this gray one here labeled as James, we know that this kind of the default in the system is that gray is the color for any new contacts or kind of undefined or something that you haven't worked with yet. So maybe within the last day or half day, James has gotten onto your website and created an account, and now you have the gray contact there, and you can go ahead and pull him up and assign him to whatever his needs are, and kind of look through his account or client profile here. So we also have, oops, sorry about that. We also have a kind of hot score or lead score here on the side of those contacts. You can see they each have a number assigned to them. This is something that will automatically update depending on how much they're using the site. So if they're saving a lot of things, you'll see this score go up. Or it's something you can set manually, so you can kind of do whatever you want with it. We have a group of clients, of course, that will do, they have the people they contact on a monthly basis or every 3 weeks or 2 weeks, whatever kind of interval, and they've set a number to correspond with that, and they've kind of organized it that way. So totally up to you. We're pretty customizable here in the CRM. Here is the tags area. So tags are really easy to work with. If I wanted to remove any of these, I just click on the little blue X here, and that'll take the tag off of Jared's profile. If I want to add a tag, then I can click here down in this bar and type in anything that I want. As long as that is spelled the same across all of your clients, then you'll be able to pull that up in that search area that we looked at earlier. And you just type that in and hit add tag, and it will add that tag to the profile. To give you an idea of how that would work, say you are meeting people that are interested in horse properties. So any contact that you come across that has interest in a horse property, you can go ahead and tag them with that. And then maybe when the time comes and you end up with some listing that would fit the bill, you can then pull out that list of people that are interested in horse properties, and you can email them directly, send out an email blast that we'll take a look at later. And you can email them directly with that property info, and hopefully they have some interest or know someone who does. Going to back up here for a second. So in each contact profile, we have all of these different tabs that make up the kind of info that you have on them. So we're just going to run through that. We'll show you what information is in each one of them. So our first one is the notes area. And this is going to outline, of course, any notes or specific details that you want to, remember and attach to this contact. That way you can always kind of keep on your toes, and any kind of things you want to designate, you'll be able to do that here. It also has some tracking information. So if they're requesting a market report, then you will have a day and the time, as well as the zip code of where they requested that. So you can kind of get some tracking info there. But the main tracking information is in our next tab, the account tab. This is going to show you everything that they've put into their account, all of the properties that they've saved, searches, and the market reports that they've subscribed to. So you are also able to, they'll have everything in here. You can kind of get an idea of what they're searching for, and bed and bath count, price, things like that. But you're also able to add suggestions or add properties here. So once they've gone on to your website, create an account, kind of added some things, you can go ahead and add properties and show them kind of things they may have missed, or any searches that maybe would be better for them if they're maybe not searching in the right area. Then you can set up a search for them, and of course set them up on a monthly market report as well. So this is also the area where you would put someone on a drip campaign. So if we want to assign Jared to one of our drip campaigns, we'd go up here to this menu, and you can see this kind of blue box with the 2 arrows. If I click on that, you'd get a drop-down menu that has the 8 or 9 kind of stock content drip campaigns we've put in here. So we do have kind of something to get you off on the right foot there, and you'll be able to either work with those and use those that we've already placed into the drip campaign tool, or you can also edit them, kind of personalize them, spruce them up a bit, or make them local, and then you can even create one if you want to start from scratch and create an email marketing campaign. Then you'll be able to do that. Here is an example of the market report that I've been mentioning. Just to kind of erase any confusion, we'll be talking about a tool called Area Pulse a little later. That is also a market reporting tool, but this you could consider kind of your Blue Roof market report. This is at no extra cost, just comes with the website, but anytime they're on your site and they're requesting a report, then this is what they would see. So just giving you an idea, you can see it looks, these graphs and things are similar to the property details page we looked at earlier. This is going to also outline all the listings that are involved in that report. So this is what they would see in their email every month. So here is our tasks and events area. These are the responsibilities that you've set in here specific to Jared. So you can see this is kind of the next step or the next thing you'd have to take care of for him, or any kind of showings or meetings that you've set up with Jared will be here on the right side as well. So I mentioned action plans earlier. This is our action plan page. I was talking about every time you meet a new buyer, you probably have the same few things that you do for that person. So you can see that's selected here on the left-hand side, and on the right, those are the tasks that make up that action plan. So say you've just met Jared and he's looking to buy a home. You've talked to him maybe once, and now you want to set him up on this action plan so that you can go through the different steps that you'd be going through with each one of those people. And you can just assign that to him, and then it will create that action plan, set the tasks out in his profile, and that way they move through to your home screen, and you can take care of those accordingly at the different days or times. So we have a couple other places that you can store documents in the system. Here we have any spot for you to upload any documents that are kind of pertinent to Jared and your interactions with him. This way, you don't have to go to your main document storage hub each time to find something. You can just pull the CRM up as you log in and come to his profile, go to the documents area, and you'll be able to pull out any contract or files that you guys are working with. And the last piece we have here in the contact profile is just a referral tab. You can see we've got a referred by side and a referred side, so you can kind of keep any relationship straight. If you maybe go a few months and don't talk to this person, then this is where you can kind of see that they had a friend that you may have dealt with in the past, and that friend suggested that they work with you, vice versa. So just kind of giving you a refresher if you need that. Here is the calendar, so you can see pretty general and straightforward. Again, any showings that they request on that property details page, that is going to show up here on your Blue Roof calendar, and anything that you've scheduled here will also push through to Google Calendar if you're using that. So we will go through the listings manager now. First thing I want to point out is we have this little button here that says edit MLS info, and if you click on that, then it's going to bring up kind of a menu here at the top. It's going to have a bunch of different fields and things so you can work with this, but the one I want to talk about is the agent MLS ID field, and that is where you can take the ID that your MLS has assigned to you. You can put that in there, and once you do, it's going to pull all of the listings that are assigned to you on the MLS. It's going to pull those down here at the bottom, and then you'll be able to work with them. So you can see some of these have banners, so you know kind of the status with them. It says under contract here on a few of them. Then if you go ahead and click edit listing, then it is going to pop up with this page. Pretty similar to your CRM. You can see we have these same tabs, so we'll be walking through those. But this is kind of the behind the scenes on your property details page. So you can see obviously it's going to have the basic information on the property here. You have some more options. If I was able to scroll down, you'd have some more options. You can designate stuff like if it has a patio or the size of the garage or backyards and things like that. But the remarks field right here, or the notes field, you could call it, that's any kind of additional things you want to list about the property, kind of your opportunity to brag it up, and if it has anything that's maybe unique, you can place that there, and that'll show up on the property details page for your clients as they're going through the search. We also, over here in the property photos area, this is listing out all the photos that are on the MLS, and you'll be able to add supplemental photos. So we have clients that'll use kind of watermarked or branded photos or your high definition, things like that. So if you want to add things that are going to go beyond the MLS, then you'll be able to do that here. The great thing about this, if you're kind of being diligent and go into each one of your listings and add these things, then you're getting more information out there on your website than they could find anywhere else. So if you have a client that's searching out there on Zillow and they come across your listing and they kind of want to know a little more, so they may track you down, go to your website and look at that on your search tool, and there they'll have kind of more photos they can look at and more notes and details there on the property. So we'll run through these tabs here. I mentioned it's pretty similar to your CRM. So our next tab would be the tasks and events. Just like your contacts in the CRM, you'd have the tasks you have for this property, any events or showings, kind of open houses and things like that. You could all place that in here and kind of be aware for the next thing you need to take care of for this listing. And here is what we call the transaction dashboard, this under contract tab here, kind of like a virtual closing table. We're kind of putting everything on one page for you for this deal so you can stay organized and efficient. The first thing you would do is pull in any people that are involved in this transaction. So obviously your client, maybe the agent on the other end of the deal and their client, if you have any title or escrow people, or if you have someone who manages your transactions or a transaction coordinator, you can put your office manager or secretary or whoever that is in here as well. We also have your tasks that are listed out here. So again, you can just come directly to this under contract tab and you'll be able to see what your next task is or next responsibility here for this specific property. You can see also we have an area for document storage, so you can have the contract for the home and any other files here available and ready for you. And then a notes section at the right, so any details and things that you want to kind of keep note of, then you'll be able to put that here. So the great thing about the transaction dashboard is this is actually shareable to the people that you've pulled in here from the CRM. So of course you don't want to share everything on this page with everybody in the transaction. So we do give you the opportunity to kind of block pieces or omit information. And the way that would work is you'll be able to kind of do that portion. You create a link and then you'll be able to say, you know, this is what I want shown, and then you can put that link into an email and then you can email that off to this person here, and just keeps everybody updated. And then once they click that link, it's going to come to a page very similar to this, and they can kind of get an idea of kind of what stage the deal is in and what's going on with it. If you have a client knocking down your door trying to figure out if their house has, you know, finally been through the process and it's theirs, then they can just, you know, go to their email, click that link, and they'll get an idea of what's going on with it here. So here is our email marketing tool. There's 3 sections to the email marketing tool. We talked a bit about drip campaigns earlier. Again, we do have kind of some stock content or kind of some starter material there in the drip campaign area. Got about 8 or 9 different campaigns that you can use. If you want to spruce those up a little bit, you can, or you can create a whole new drip campaign as well. You can see the kind of word processing tools that we placed here, so you'll be able to edit any of these emails. Here in the email blast area, we've created some kind of templates, so you can see a simple one here, but we've got all types of different templates for like a listing postcard or your new listings. If you're doing a newsletter, then we've created templates for that as well. So these are actually really easy to deal with. You can basically grab your MLS number and then just put that right into here, and it'll pop up with the information on the property and the photos, and then give you the opportunity to edit that. So you can kind of spruce it up, make it look good and professional, and how you want it to be seen. And then you'll be able to blast that out to your client database. So the other area for our email marketing tool is the activity tab. The activity tab is giving you the information on what you've sent out, who you've sent that to, and if they've opened it or not. So you can kind of get an idea of the performance of your campaigns and what you've been sending out, if they've seen it, and so forth. So here is our community page. Like I said, it kind of has a Pinterest layout, so you can see there's all these tiles here, and different agents are posting to the board. I'm going to come right back to this page, but right here is if you were going to make a post on the board here, then this is what you'd be able to do. And you can see we have the different types of posts you can make. So if you have a non-MLS listing or a pocket listing, you can do that. Any general messages, if you have an event or an open house, buyer need or a renter need, and those are all the different types of posts you could make. You can see just different agents giving shout outs here. If you are in need of something, then you can definitely visit this page, or if you just want to kind of share anything that maybe the other agents could work with or be interested in, then you'll be able to do that here. So just a collaboration piece, and making sure that if there's anything that you can help your team out with or a fellow agent, this would be the place. So obviously, biggest benefit is if you can keep a deal. If you have one of these pocket listings here that's going to work for someone else in the office, then you can keep that deal under one roof and benefit there. So So that wraps up kind of the Blue Roof 360 backend tools. That is everything you'd receive with our middle tier package. So I mentioned at the beginning of the presentation, we have some additional kind of lead generator tools here and Area Pulse and Blue CMA. So we'll go through these, and this is what you'd get with that top tier package that we'll talk about a little later. So Area Pulse is what I like to call a free-form market reporting tool, meaning most of them out there usually require a zip code, and you can only kind of stuck and locked into your zip codes. So here you can see we've got a map search, and you'll be able to drag this circle around and put that anywhere on the map and run your report. You can also adjust the radius here. So you see that bar, you can make this circle any size that you want to, and then you can drag that through and get maybe half of a zip code or a certain neighborhood or certain portions. Usually the follow-up question is it only a circle? For now, yes. We do plan to do an update to Area Pulse. I don't have a time frame on that, but you will eventually be able to do like a polygon search, and you can draw on the map, so you can get even more granular and even more hyper-local than it already is. But you'll be able to select the exact area you want, and when you're ready to run the MLS data in that area, then you just come up here and you click Create Report, and you would see something like this. So up here, you'd have your agent information, again, your photo, contact info. To the right, you would not have the Area Pulse logo, you'd have the Realty One logo. But you'd have your info up at the top, and then here in the body of the report, we're listing any new homes that have come onto the market in that area, anything that has left the market, and then anything that has continued to be on the market, along with the average price of those properties and where it's moved over the last month or so. So you can get an idea of each group and kind of the movement within that. Below that, we've got some graphs showing you in that area the kind of performance or statistics over the last 6 months. And we have also a map of the area that you're running that in, so both you and your clients can see where the report was ran, and it plots all of the different properties here on the map. So we also list out all of the properties that are part of the report down here. And most of the time, you'll be sharing this with clients through email. And if you're doing that, then it's actually interactive here. So on the map, they'd actually be able to click in here and drag around. They can click on the different pinpoints and things like that. Or down here, they can actually click on these listings to get more information and be taken to your property search. So that is Area Pulse. We'll be talking about Blue CMA now, and there's actually two portions to Blue CMA. Of course, there's the side that is running your reports and helping you create those reports, but we also have set up what we call a splash page, which would be different from your agent website. It would be totally standalone, but it's just a single page website. It looks like this, and this would allow you to set it up on its own URL. So maybe if you have ArizonaHomeValuation.com or something like that, then you can advertise that out on your physical materials, physical handouts and things, and people can go to that URL and be brought to this page. So then they're able to type in their address and get an idea of the worth of their home. They would type in their info and then click Get Free Report. But before they see the report, there's going to be a window that prompts them to provide their information and create that lead for you. So as they fill out that window that pops up, you're going to get that lead into the back end of your Blue CMA account, and then they can go ahead and see their report, and that's going to look pretty similar to your Area Pulse report. Again, it's branded here at the top for you and for your brokerage. You've got the main information for the home as far as bed and bath count, address. Below that, there's a suggested value, so you've got a low end, high end, and estimated value there in the middle. Then we've got any active homes that are also in that area, or any of the homes that have left the market, and how long those have been on the market. Again, we've got our map, so it's going to plot their home on the map as well as the comparable properties in that area, and they'll also have them down here at the bottom to get more details on if they want to do more research. So this is kind of a one-page report that they would see as they do this. They're definitely getting some numbers there for them. This would be, again, you're going to, well, let's go to the next slide actually. Here in the back end, you've got the reports here. So as clients are doing that, you're going to have each report that's run on your web page, and you'll be able to pull that up. You don't need to re-enter their information at all. You'll be able to see exactly what they're seeing, and then you'll also have kind of the CRM portion to look at their contact info. So once someone has gone on there, filled that out, and looked at the report page, then you can contact them and set up a meeting to talk about their home and getting it sold. And you'll be able to use the CMA tool to make a more comprehensive report that's more like 8 or 9 pages and has a lot more information. So as you click on one of those reports that was ran, you'll see this page here and same information that they saw. You'll get the pricing info that they saw or suggested price, and then the different homes that are included in that. And you'll be able to edit it and add any properties that you think should be on there, and kind of use your expert knowledge as the agent to create a more thorough report and more correct to your standards. And once you've done that and set up that meeting with them, you'll have your full report. You can go sit down, show them the additional information, and talk about a strategy to get their home sold. So everybody, of course, wants to know what is the cost. So we'll be going over the different packages and how to sign up and get started with us. The first package, which I've called the middle tier package, is our basic plan, and that is $30 a month, regularly $100 a month. So you guys are getting a great discount there through Realty One. This slide here should be familiar. These are all of the things that we talked about earlier and that are included under this $30. So you'll have your website page, including the mobile solution, and then all of the behind the scenes tools that we went through. Your other package is the premium package, or what I've called the top tier, here for $50 a month, which regularly would be charged at $150. So again, a great discount through Realty One. This would include everything we just mentioned, so all of the Blue Roof tools in your website, with the addition of the 2 kind of lead engagement tools or lead generating tools, Area Pulse and Blue CMA. So where you would go to sign up is this page here. That would be the link for you, would be www.signup.realty1group.com. And once you go there, you'll see kind of an outlining of the different options that you have, what's included within those. You can also get different examples of like those reports for Area Pulse or Blue CMA. So at the bottom of that page, this is what you'll see. These are just the different packages that we have for you. We haven't talked about the basic CRM here. To let you know what that is, it's actually not the Blue Roof CRM that we looked at earlier. This is something that we've spliced off of the Area Pulse or Blue CMA kind of platform. Obviously, you can see they look similar, so they're built pretty much the same, and we have a CRM component, so we just pulled that component off, and if you don't have anything that you're using at all, we've just created that service so that the Realty One agents can have something in place to manage their clients and their database. So that's what that is. But otherwise, you'd be selecting the plan that you want to go with, and you go ahead and click OK, let's go. And you'll be taken to this page, which will show you the 3 different designs that we looked at the beginning of the presentation and that we're offering here to the agents. If you want to get a better idea of what this would look like on your computer, or if you want to click around and see which one is going to be the best fit for you, then you can click here on View Site Preview on each one of these designs, and it'll pull up a window in your browser, and you'll be able to look further through the website. Again, as I mentioned with the layout screen, if you chose one of these and later on you decide that's not the design that you want to go with, then you will be able to change that. So it's not like you're stuck with the one that you're choosing right now. So just be aware of that. But once you know which design you'd like to go with, you're going to click OK, let's go again, and you can be taken to the next step in the process. You can look yourself up here. We do have a database, so you may be able to find yourself. If you don't find yourself, that's all right. Then you just go to this screen. You fill out your contact information here, and then your payment information here below that, and click Finish. So once you're finished up with that, then it should show you the URL that your site will be under. So it's actually a subdomain of the Realty One website just for the time being. It'll be set up for its kind of first name, last name, .realty1group.com. So it could be brucewayne.realty1group.com. You'll also get your login information, so you'll have your username and password, and you can get into the behind the scenes of your website. So that about wraps everything up. Here is the support and training information. As I mentioned, here is the phone number here at the top to get a hold of them, also their email, and some of the trainings that we do on a regular basis. We have 2 trainings that are done on Tuesdays and 2 trainings on Thursdays as kind of our regular programming. But we also have other things that we're doing, and you can look at our full schedule and get an idea of what is being trained for each day and what time it's starting down here at www.anhas.blueroof360.com. So I'll leave this information up here for a little bit. Also, I'm going to type into the chat that sign up link. So if you want to copy and paste the signup.realty1 group link, then you'll be able to do that, and you can go visit that page. Oops. And I will be taking any questions here. So if you are wondering about anything that we've covered, go ahead and let me know.